Hi guys, once again it's been a while, but here I am with another review. Today we'll look at the Series 4 Eternal Dragon. Now Eternals are some of the most beautiful in the McFarlane Dragon series, and the Series 4 has a certain elegance about it. Once again, on the back we see the featured dragon enlarged over here, similar to what we've seen in this series already. So let's get her out. So here are the two pieces that comes with this set. First you've got the base, and then you have the dragon in one piece. Now this is a dragon that's endearing for a couple of reasons. First, it's a dragon at peace, pretty much like the Series 3 Eternal Dragon was. When you have more than one dragon, you find after a while there is something quite static and boring about having every single dragon with its mouth open. I like a sense of realism, and it's a rare dragon indeed that has its mouth closed. This is one such dragon, and I like that reminder that this is in fact a living creature, not a caricature. Even dragons have to close their mouths sometime. Second, it's a very interesting pose. With these rays falling here, it almost reminds me of a prancing pony. And there is something very capricious and playful about this pose, a hint of vanity, and that's great because it gives the dragon personality and mood. Surely these dragons aren't angry all the time. Now the color scheme is interesting. You have bright green on black for the wings, which reminds me of some moths and butterflies I've seen. I also like these streaks of green that go down the tail. We have over here the thighs, a bit on the back as well, and that breaks up the base purple grey color a bit. This is quite a spiny and hoary creature. You see spines on the elbows, the hind limbs, dorsally from the face all the way down the neck, the backbone, and to the tail. And there are even some on the wing limbs over here, which remind me very much of what you'll find on the legs of a grasshopper. Even the overlapping belly plates here have a rather slender and spiny look. Now, it's nice that the spines have good variation in size and form. I especially like these very fine spines on the elbows, but you have to be very careful to avoid breakage. The ones on the tail, however, are made of rubber, and they end with this lateral formation, reminding me very much of the tegomizer on the tail of a stegosaurus. Now this is a small and even delicate looking creature. The limbs are slender, nice, long, slim, and look at the tail going down all the way. Even here at the wing shoulder, you will notice a tapering here. Makes it very nice. We wonder how strong that's going to be in real life, but it's nice conforming to the overall motif of slenderness in this creature. As expected on a McFarlane dragon, there is a variety of scales in terms of texture as you'd expect, but they too are generally of a very fine sort, nothing chunky or vulgar. There are scales in relief here on the flanks, and then when you get down to the thighs and the shoulder area, they become almost etchings. There is also very beautiful detailing down here. If you look at the armoring on the extensor tendons running all the way up. So that's really very nice, and I'm very happy with the detail on this little dragon. So I wanted to slip in a couple of things I missed talking about. First, there is an articulation in the wing here. And this is quite an important articulation in my opinion because it changes everything. In my first shooting, this was how I had the wing, and it looks good in and of itself. But the way the articulation is shaped, if you were to fold the wing down like that, now you have an altogether different picture. It's as if it's just settling down after landing or stretching out, and that really lends to the calm mood of this piece. And if you were to have her on the edge of a shelf like so, then that wing could fold down even lower, and what you have is a wing claw tip that overhangs your shelf, and it's going to look really fantastic. Second thing I missed talking about is, speaking of spininess, this is something really cool. This dragon has actually 4 textured horns instead of the expected 2, which gives you a very impressive frontal display like that coming up. And further, because of these facial spines, especially this long spike here, you now have 6 sharp spires going upwards, and it's going to look really, really impressive from a variety of angles. Also, I had her head turned this way. Actually, the actual diorama has it turned this way. Now that displays the horns very nicely, looking at it from this angle. And after the joint disaster that was the Series 4 Berserker, look here across this joint and see how well these folds continue across the joint. That's how it should be done. Now, I want to talk about the base a little bit. This base is interesting. This isn't just some outcrop of rock, but if you view it from the side, you'll see a rather interesting shape. In fact, it tapers here from the top before bulging out again. And I'm thinking this might actually be what's called a hoodoo. Now, what's a hoodoo? Hoodoos are spires of rock with distinctively wider tops that actually taper down. How's this happen? Well, rock formations aren't uniform. They consist of a mix of different types of rock. In the case of a hoodoo, there was originally a layer of harder, more erosion-resistant rock lying on a softer, more erosion-prone rock. And as weathering took place, the top got worn down less than the bottom, resulting in this tapered appearance. Now, I almost imagine this dragon to be generally harmless to humans, preying on small animals, maybe the occasional livestock, and otherwise trying to live a rather peaceful existence. I see it as potential prey itself, relying more on speed, the deterrent value of these spines, similar to a porcupine, I think, and keeping to tall, inaccessible hoodoos rather than direct confrontation to escape unpleasant situations. And that's one thing I like about the McFarlane series dragons, because there is enough in the sculpt to ponder, to think about the expression, the pose, the features of the dragon, and even the base itself carries enough interest for you to start thinking. They combine to give you an amalgam of personality, mood, and backstory. All you need do is supply the imagination. So, very nice dragon. Oh, I should mention also an interesting fact that this tail is on a wire armature, so you can actually have a variety of poses out of it. But other than that, the head swivels in 2 places. Other than that, there's nothing to really write home about at all. So all in all, a very nice, neat little dragon. Very unusual for the collection. Certainly a very nice break from the other usual roaring, snarling dragons. And yes, I'm happy to have got him. So that's it for this review. Next time I'll review the last dragon I have from Series 4. Although whether to open him or not, that's the question. So I'll see you guys very soon.